Other pick of the show. My first pick was also roses, the climbing roses. This is a ground cover, M26730. You get a choice of here in this collection. Golden roses, 6-piece collection, or would you like the in lavender cascade ground cover?
Or both.
6 pieces, or yes, both.
I mix them together and that's why I chose these colors to go together, because they are gorgeous together. The lowest maintenance of all the roses that we offer, because if you don't know or like to trim rose bushes, you don't have to. These are ground cover. These are all along the ground, so they only get 12 to 18 inches tall. Once mature, these will get 6 to 10 feet wide. Each plant covers the ground. A drive circle. If you picked up our climbing roses, this can be a beautiful skirt, like the skirt around the Christmas tree.
I like that.
Why not?
I love that idea. So this has been wildly popular with more than 50,000 sold here at QVC. Easy pay of $18 and change goes away at the end of today. So easy pay, a great way to pick up the beautiful golden roses and in the lavender as well, as you do have a choice of. We started the season with 7,200. We are now down to fewer than 1,700 remaining. Why do you think that more than 50,000 of these have been sold?
Because they're low maintenance, high impact, they never stop blooming, and if you know nothing about roses, you can grow roses. These are the ones, these are your starter roses. Also, these will cover up those areas if you've got hybrid tea roses, which are beautiful, but they're leggy. These will cover the ground underneath your hybrid tea roses. It's a great way to have roses everywhere. If you've got a retaining wall, they'll spill over the edge of a retaining wall.
Pretty.
We've also sold tree roses that were the weeping cascading roses.
Right.
That is a rose tree trunk with these grafted on the top of it, and they just cascade all the way over. If you've got them at the top of a 10-foot tall wall, a retaining wall, they will spill all the way to the ground. If you've got something like that, if you've got an embankment in front of your house, they will completely cover that embankment.
I'm catching on, that's why it's called a ground cover.
Yes.
Okay.
And also it will root along the ground. Where it hits the mulch, it'll root into the ground, and then another little crown will form there. Then it starts to spread out there. I had them in my garden in Atlanta, and I loved them. I had pink ones there. I much prefer these colors because these are bolder looking.
And fresher.
And they're real fresh looking, but you've got a source of cut flowers. You don't have to worry about trimming them because they're low to the ground. That's the nice part about it. And I never had disease problems on mine.
And no thorns on these?
There are thorns.
Are there? Oh, you can't really feel them.
But not much in the way of thorns. They're low down on the ground, so you're not ever, the only time you involve the thorns is when you're trying to prune them. And you don't have to prune those. There's the yellow ones up close. As you can see in large containers, they will spill over the edges of the container, but really, really versatile. Also, if you've got them next to a fence, say a trellis fence, you can weave them into the trellis or the lattice, and they'll actually climb.
Ooh,
like
you
a
can
vine.
get these to climb.
You can get them to climb. It's the most versatile of any of the roses that we offer.
So you're going to get a burst of color in your yard in any part of the country, from summer to frost. This is a beautiful way to introduce spring to fall color into your garden. I do have a quick update for you in terms of quantity. So we started the season with 7,200, and in the ground cover golden choice, the golden roses, 750 remain, and then in the lavender choice we have 550 remaining. It's on a special low featured price for you on Easy Pay. I'm sorry, this is a QVC price. It is on Easy Pay though of $18.25. Remember, you're getting 6 pieces, so it will ship to you in this adorable little pot that you have for us.
Yes.
But this will take how long to mature to the sizes that we're seeing in these images?
Second season, yours can be this size that I'm showing you here. First season, they're going to bloom like crazy. At the end of the first season, yours can be that size. That's what they do. These are quick to grow. They're also not grafted. They're in an active state of growth. So go ahead and fertilize them every couple of weeks with our bud and flower booster for roses. That's the way to go. And the dormant ones, you wait till the leaves come out before you fertilize these, but these are already in an active state of growth. They're going to start blooming straight away. And I plant mine when I have them for ground cover, I plant mine about 3 feet apart.
Okay.
Because I want them to go ahead and fill in really quickly. But they'll get 6 to 10 feet wide.
Incredible.
Anyway, once they're mature.
So how do you use these in your garden in terms of mixing and matching, and maybe we're picking up both colors? When you get 6 pieces.
Yes.
What do you do with 6 pieces?
Just random, because what they'll do is they send the runners out. So they'll kind of, fix it up for themselves. And they're all the same height. So you end up with a beautiful multicolored carpet instead of seeing all of that mulch. It's really great. And I had them in my drive circle in Atlanta. And because they're so low to the ground, even if I did happen to not quite make the circle and drove up on them a little bit, it doesn't kill them because they're flat to the ground. They're not standing up. Something that's standing up will break off. Something that's flat to the ground does not. And because they're rooting along the ground, kind of like ivy does, it's going to spread around like that. And you'll have this carpet of color out there, and it's a different look.
And roses are so romantic. I love the idea of roses, and I see yellow roses and I just think friendship. I don't know if that's the true meaning behind the yellow rose. And purple rose, to me, this is just so unexpected, right? I think you think of a red rose and that's beautiful too, but these are really special colors that you brought to us.
I love the colors. It's been our most popular collection of the ground cover roses. We've had other colors on before. These have been by far the most popular. I love the yellows together because the purple one is certainly pretty, and I love that one. But the yellow one, when you mix it in with the purple one, makes the purple show up more. It's just like I showed you in the arrangement. You can see how the yellow draws your eye to the purple. I think neither one of them is as good alone as they are when they're together, and that's why I love mixing these. It's just a great, great look.
I think you mentioned something really important earlier, and that being that I've always aspired to grow rose bushes, but I hear of the maintenance and the care, and I think I could never do that. But here you're saying, don't be scared of the roses.
Yeah, don't be afraid of these, because if you don't know how to prune roses or don't like to prune them, you don't have to do that. I've never had to spray mine for a black spot. I didn't ever have to worry about them not blooming because they always were blooming. And the ones I had in my drive circle in Atlanta, they were there when I bought the house. And I'm telling you, the people who had the house before, everything else, as my daddy would say, looked like teetotal hell.
A little decrepit.
It didn't look so great.
A little neglected, needed some love.
These roses were going on, and if you've never had roses, this should be a good starter rose for you because you'll be successful.
And that's why it's my pick of the show. I haven't been so successful in the past, and here I had the confidence, and knowing that you're covered with the warranty as well. Free shipping and handling in the entire show. Easy pay on this item. Not everything is on easy pay. $18.25, so you can pick up the golden and the lavender. So we started the season with 7,200 total quantity. In the golden, we now have 650 remaining. In the lavender here in front of me, 450 remain. More than 50,000 of the 6-piece ground cover roses from Cottage Farms have been ordered so far. You love them because they're so easy, so beautiful. And now so far in this show alone, 500. What you're doing is you're reserving your ground cover roses. You're not saying, okay, I'm going to get these next week and plant them. No, what's smart about Cottage Farms is you're getting shipped from the grower's grower right to your doorstep. The perfect time to put these in the ground.
Exactly, and these will start blooming and carrying on straight away. You'll enjoy these for years and years to come. And as I mentioned, they root along the ground, which where they've rooted, you can dig them up and move them around the yard.
Oh my
You know how we talked about dividing daylilies and things like that? This is the only rose that we offer that you can actually divide.
Look at that, and it cascades.
Yes.
Maturity on this will be next year to see really what you're seeing in front of us, right?
Precisely. Well, you'll have a lot of color this year, but next year is when they really, really ramp it up.
M26730, my pick of the show. Here it is. I'm so excited to bring you your 6-piece ground cover roses on free shipping and handling. That easy pay, though, of $18.25 will be expiring at the end of today. Get your quantity while we still have it available.
Yes.
Quantity
indeed.
saying that I'd probably pick up more than one collection.
Yes, indeed. And pick up our bud and flower booster for roses. That's a good way to get them going, particularly the ground covers that are spreading around. fertilize those babies, and they're going to rock. They'll be spread across that entire map.
Woohoo!
Look at our zone map. Pick your area of the country out. Off to the right-hand side of your box are the dates when the plants will ship. Nothing ships until it's perfectly safe to plant in your area. Annuals and tender plants ship a couple of weeks later. And thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
We at Cottage Farms aren't happy if you aren't happy. And we warrant our annuals for 90 days from time of shipment and